Right, we'll just it's coming up to 6 o'clock. We'll just wait for a few more people, and then I'll get started answering any questions. We'll just give it another minute or so and see if people come online. For those of you that are waiting, feel free to type questions in the chat, and I will go through the questions at the end. I'll run through the questions I sent out in the email. It should take maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then if I haven't addressed any questions, I'll go through the list of what people have asked and try and get through all of them for another 10, 15 minutes or so. Okay, so we'll give it another one more minute and then we'll get cracking. Okay. All right. So let me start running through these questions. So first of all, run through who we are. We are ChinaUniversities.com. We've been helping people study at universities in China for about 12 years. Originally, the company was China Study Abroad. We did language programs at universities, and then we've now branched into degree programs and scholarships. So we've been doing this for a while. We've helped thousands of students come out and study, and then so why and how are we helping with this? Basically, I played rugby in Beijing for over a decade, and we started talking to the Beijing League. So we're working with the club secretary of the Beijing Cup, and we started talking about what I was doing and helping students come out to China, and they were talking about how to help the league in first Beijing and then expanding to the China League, so down in Shanghai and Shenzhen, and then some other cities in China. So the goal is to keep expanding for the league. So I'm helping them by helping find these government scholarships for students. So that's why we're doing what we're doing. So we have a cooperation with them, which is why we're helping out. Okay, so the university application process. I've spoken to quite a few people, and I've started contacting people individually about the process, but let me just run through a few things now. So basically what happens is we need, in order to apply for these government scholarships, there are a bunch of documents we need. So they're all depending on whether you're applying for an undergraduate program or a master's program. So we'll need a copy of your highest education level. If you've just finished high school, that's fine. We just need transcripts or certificate or graduation certificate. Likewise, if you finished undergraduate degree, we would need certificates and transcripts of that as well. We'd also need your kind of CV. So if you have worked before, they like to see that, or like the periods of times between study. They like to see what's going on there. If you have IELTS or TOEFL, we'd like to send that over as well. Then you need a recommendation letter. You need 2 recommendation letters. So from a teacher, a professor, a boss in your last job. And then you need to write a short personal statement saying why you want to study in China, and that should be about studying in China. It shouldn't be about the rugby. The rugby is supplementary to the China government scholarship. Lastly, then there's a physical examination record that you need. So you need to go to the doctor and just get them to sign a few pieces of paper saying that you're healthy. And then we submit that to for the scholarship. So how it works is that we'll help you. You let us know what you want to study. We go out, we find those courses that are available at universities. And there's a huge range of things available. As with any country, there's quite a lot of topics. That could be tourism, it could be business, it could be You become a doctor, do your MBBS in medicine. Then when we find the courses, we get in touch with the university, and then we see what scholarships are open for that course. So there's the government scholarships, which are the full ride, which is what we always apply for, which is tuition's included, housing's included, insurance is included, and you get a monthly stipend of about $400 US dollars. So that's the main one we apply for. There are other scholarships. Universities all have individual scholarships, and then cities as well, and then provinces. So there's quite a few scholarships available out there. We just about us matching up and finding the ones for the courses you hopefully want to apply for. So I will send out again in a follow-up email to everyone the list of requirements of what we need. The universities do have an application fee. So each university, and that varies. Sometimes it's $50 US, which is 300 to 400 renminbi, Chinese yuan, and it goes all the way up depending on the university to $150. So you will have to cover that. That's not included. Flights are not included, and the visa costs are not included. But if we get you these scholarships, once you land in China, everything's covered. So we need the documents. We do need the application fee. That goes to the university, and then it also goes for the postage for your scholarship documents. So what we'll do is, if we can't get you that scholarship, we'll just refund that. And it's all done through PayPal, so it's secure. If you guys, if we don't get it, you can talk to PayPal, and PayPal will just refund the money to you. So there's nothing to worry about there. That's all secure. We just have to take that because we then have to pay the university in order to apply for these. Deadlines for applying are the end of March. So we try and get all our scholarships in by the end of February. And then they will tell us if you have the scholarship kind of end of June. So you've got about three months or so of waiting. And then once we have those scholarships, they'll release them. We'll get the documents and we'll send them on to you. Let me see. And then ongoing services in China. And then down the line, once we get all that sorted, once you get accepted, we'll help you with the visa process. So we'll send you all the documents you need. And then if you have questions about it, you can ask us. But it's really just you go to the Chinese embassy, and with the documents we give you, and you have to fill out a few forms, and then you get the visa. Then on arrival in China, there's all sorts of things that we do as a company, and I'll send that in an email later. That's up to individuals. All of it is optional. We do charge for that, but it's completely optional, so you don't need to do any of it. But that's things like help with housing, which should be covered in the scholarship, or like airport pickups. But so backtrack a second. Once we get you the scholarship and we know you're coming, what we'll do then is we'll assign you a rugby club. So if you're in Beijing, it'll be one of 3 or 4 clubs. If it's down in Shanghai, again, there's 3 or 4 clubs down there. So we'll assign that to you. Like we'll start feeding in clubs to help the growth, depending on positions and nationalities, and we'll get it all sorted for you. We'll put you in contact with that team so they know you're coming out, and then you'll have a group on arrival to help you get settled into China. And then so let me see, and that's all the ongoing services really. So the next thing is really, and then life in China. We could talk about that for days. I think I'll probably do another video at some point on studying in China and what that's like. But for now, we'll just stick to the application process and the rugby. The rugby, you don't have to be professional. You don't have to be of a high level. It's really about expanding the league. It's already of a decent quality, but there's B-side games, there's second team. So if you're a complete beginner but want to have a go at it, or usually it's best if people had played some rugby, but it's all open. Then you're basically eligible to come apply through us. It's a service we usually charge for in our company, but we're not charging for people that are committing to play rugby while they're studying. So yeah, it's fun. Everyone wins. You know, we want to get rugby bigger in China. It's already getting bigger, and it's going to keep growing. So I think it's a good opportunity to get more people out there. At the same time, Chinese are encouraging foreigners to come study there, so they get more international students. Yeah, so it's a win-win, hopefully. And yeah, trying to help out. So I'm available for questions. I think in the emails I gave you my WhatsApp, email address, WeChat, Skype. I'm very contactable. Sometimes it takes a while for us to get back because there's quite a lot of people chatting to us all the time. But that's all I've got for the minute. So what I'll do now is I'll get some questions coming in, and I'll just go through them quickly. And then if there aren't any more questions, we'll end it for tonight. I'm doing this again tomorrow night for anyone else. So if you have friends that are interested and want to ask questions, forward them on the link to this channel, and I'll be here tomorrow, I think 2 hours later than it is now. Okay, we got one question here. The application forms, which sections do we need to complete? So I will send that out now. As soon as I get off this, I will send out the link to the application form. You know what? I could actually probably put it in there. No, I'll do it as soon as we're off. I'll email you. I'll email the group with the form that's needed and what we need then to do the next step. So on the link that I send you, there will be, you can upload them to the website, or you can just attach them to an email and send it to us directly. So I'll explain. I'll let you know in the email both options. I hope that answers your question. And also on the link that I send you to, it has the form you need to take to the doctor to get them to sign. So you can print it out from the website. Right. Any more questions for anyone? I hope I covered most of it. Feel free to ask anything now. I'll keep this live for another couple of minutes. And then we'll actually I'll see if I can oh yeah. How much is it to lodge the application? So through us, it's $150 and that goes, we don't keep any of that. That's not for us. That goes to the university in China, and then that goes for the postage to send you the documents. That's just what it costs. There's nothing we can do about that. Again, like I say, if we can't find you a scholarship, we don't keep that. We'll just refund that right away. That's only if we can find a university that will offer you a scholarship, then we apply. And then the university, we have to pay the application fee too. So the short answer is $150 is what we need in order to do that. And that's just, there's nothing we can do about that. But if we could do this for free and the Chinese government didn't need an application fee, that would be great. But there's nothing we can do about that, I'm afraid. So yeah, that might be prohibitive for some people, and we're sorry about that. Maybe one day we can, if we get good enough numbers, we can talk to the government and say, can you waive the application fee for this? But unfortunately, it's not there yet. So yeah. So those are, like I think I said earlier on, but there's the things that are not covered in the scholarships that we're getting is the application fee to the university, the visa costs, and the flight. So yeah, anything basically before you get to China is not covered. But again, if you're doing a 4-year degree or a 2-year degree, getting housing, getting tuition, and getting $300 to $400 a month is not a bad deal. Do some universities have programs like architecture? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's a big one here. I should have mentioned at the beginning. I think I've mentioned earlier on, but these courses are all taught in English, which is great. Yes, they definitely have architecture. Off the top of my head, I don't know which universities, but I know we've found programs for people doing that before. So yes. For people that aren't sure what they want to study, then we'd strongly recommend just learning the language. We'd say either come out and do your undergraduate degree and learn the Chinese language, because then you can go home or you stay in China and you're employable at that point. You know, it's all people speaking Chinese abroad is always going to be in demand. So if you're not sure what you want to study, our general advice is learn Chinese, do a degree in studying Chinese. How long will it be till university gives you scholarships? So we won't find out until probably June. So we have to get all the applications in now, and then usually if we don't have the right documents, the university won't just reject you. They'll get back to us, say, hey, we need this item, we need this item. So then we come tell you, we say, look, they've got everything, they need one more thing, they need this, that, and this and that. So it's not like they'll reject it straight away. They want to accept you. We need to like make sure they have all the documents needed. So once we get everything we need in, then we just have to wait until about June, mid to end of June. But again, having said that, often when we submit the application, they'll be able to kind of give us a verbal kind of yes, no, unofficial. They'll be like, okay, this girl's application looks pretty good. We'll probably be able to we'll probably get accepted. They can't guarantee it because ultimately it's up to the government, not the university, but the university has strong say in kind of who they submit to it. Typically, again, as long as we have all the documents that they need, it's quite likely that you'll get the scholarships. And again, if we don't get them, we'll refund you. Like again, we're here to help you. This is not money making for us. It's to help grow rugby in China, which is kind of fun. Okay. Any more questions? Again, I'll stay on for another minute or so. If you guys have any more questions, just let me know. And again, like I said, tomorrow, I think 2 hours later, because the time difference is a bit off, 2 hours later, I'm doing this again. So forward on the email or the link if you have friends that might be interested or want to ask questions, and I'll kind of go through this all again. Or hop on if you have other questions. Yeah, I think that's it for now. Right. Any more questions, guys? Okay. Well, we'll call it a day there. I'll send out that email now, and with more details about what is needed and the detailed instructions, and then we'll go from there. And again, you feel free to WhatsApp, email. Oh, we got one more. During your last year at school, would you be able to apply? So does that mean you're? So the question is, if a person was on his or her last year in school, would he or she be able to apply? So yes is the answer. If you're in the last year of high school, so you finish in June, say, and then you want to start in September, you can apply. Obviously, you won't have your high school certificate or anything yet, but we'll give them everything you've got until that point. So it might be the transcripts from last semester or last year. Basically, we'll submit as much as we have to them, and then and say, but you're graduating in June, and then often they'll say, okay, well then as soon as they graduate, then we'll send the final certificate. And if that's the final document they need, then that'll just happen later. But yes, the answer is yes. And same for university. So if you're in your final year of university and you want to apply to a master's program, then that's absolutely fine. We just send over, the grades you've had so far at university or high school again, and then they'll look at it and decide from there. So short answer, yes, it's fine. Will you email the list of things needed for the application form? Yes, I will email once we're done with this. I'll email right away. I'll send out the form, the link for the application fee, and yeah, that's it. And instructions of what's next. Second to last year. No, say if you've got 2 years left at either university or high school, say wait one more year. So wait until you're in your final year, then apply. Again, if you're in your second year at university, it depends. If your university is a 4-year course, then I'd wait one more year. So I'd wait until your third year and you're into your final year. It depends where you are at university. Some countries it's 3 years, some it's 4. So wait until your last year and then apply. And then, yeah. But no, it's too early to apply if you've got more than 1 year left at your current school, whether that's high school or university. Don't worry about asking questions. That's literally why we're here. So don't worry. Ask away. That's what we're here for. We're here to help. All right. Any others? Oh. Okay. All right. I'll give it 30 more seconds. See if you guys have any more questions, and then I'll shut down for the night and come back on tomorrow, and see if more people are about. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on. Thank you for listening. And yeah, hopefully we can help you come get a scholarship in China. It's exciting. Play a bit of rugby. Okay. Well, thanks everyone. Keep an eye out for that email. I'll send it out in about 5 minutes. And I'll put again my WhatsApp, WeChat, and Skype on it as well, just so you've got ways to contact me. But yeah, thanks very much. And yeah, I'm looking forward to helping, hopefully, some of you, as many as possible, come out to China. All right. Cheers, guys. Have a good day.